could have...
Really? Okay. I'll head over there right now.
Don't worry. I'll get...
I think we ought to talk.
Is something the matter?
What? Oh, no. We've just been traveling a while now, and I figured there hasn't... I've gotten a decent glimpse into your dirty laundry, but you still don't really know a whole heck...
Uh-huh.
I figured I'd offer to balance the board. So...
What do you remember about it?
It's all pretty hazy from back then, but now and then I get glimpses. Life inside the Institute, they keep you isolated. A single test chamber was my whole world for years, and someone was always watching. Then one day you wake up on the other side, and that's it. They've cut you loose. Welcome to the brave new world, with such people in it.
What's with the outfit?
After I started the agency, it just seemed like the sort of thing a detective ought to wear. I got some old memories, pre-war. Faded to all heck of guys dressed like this, doing what I do. Putting on the hat and trench coat, I figured it'd let folks know I was serious about the whole thing. Clothes make the man and all that. Guess I felt they made me the man I wanted to be.
So who are you, Nick?
That's a question I've been trying to figure out myself for a long damn time. I know I'm a synth, authentic Institute handiwork, but I'm still mechanical, not bioengineered like the fancy synths giving everyone the willies these days. I get tune-ups now instead of checkups. My memories, my personality, they're all lifted from some cop who volunteered for an experiment back before the war. They scanned his brain and copied it onto the hardware that runs between my ears. Don't know why they chose to make a robot based on some pre-war cop instead of a math genius or a bioengineer. Hey, maybe that's why the Institute tossed me in the garbage instead of turning me into one of their people snatchers.
Wait, the original Nick was from my time?
Sure was. Which meant when I finally ended up out here, it was quite the rude awakening. I remember waking up one day in a garbage heap, a body in tatters and a head full of memories belonging to a man who'd been dead for 200 years. Suffice to say, it was a confusing couple of weeks. Folks didn't really know much about synths back then, so when I finally ran into people, they mostly treated me with caution rather than hostility. But the kids, they weren't afraid. I think his name was Jim. The first grilled me for an hour. Once they'd seen I wasn't gonna hurt anyone, it eventually turned into a pretty swell soiree. A local mechanic even gave me a once-over, free of charge. Those people, it's a surprisingly rare trait out here sometimes. Part of the reason I've stuck around this long.
Where's that town? We should go visit.
I tried to go back and say thanks, once I'd gotten myself established. But the place was wiped off the map. Raiders. Don't know what happened to the people.
You can't be that naive.
I don't doubt that's part. Well, I expect you're about as bored as can be.
Nice to be on
Hey,
the open
Valentine.
road.
Do something
Good
for
neighbor
you?
was starting to wear out its welcome.
Oh, nothing.
Got it.
Heads up.
Well,
Hey,
nice to be on the open road. Good neighbor.
sounds like you had a rough time of it back there.
Rough? That's putting it mildly. Let's put it this way. Can't get much rest when you're sleeping with one eye open. Still, it was the best place for me to set up shop. Diamond City's goons would have run me out of town, and wandering the Commonwealth alone isn't the brightest plan when you're hard up for caps.
Caps aren't worth...
Easy for you to say, right?
Mm-hmm. I hope you aren't in trouble.
No, not really. But I don't usually go around sharing stuff like this, but you've been... It's those two assholes... Those two idiots you saw me... They've been hounding me for months, and it's been driving off clients. No one wants to touch me once they learn I used to run with the Gunners. And I figured if I could get enough caps together, maybe I could buy them out. I'm wondering how I'm going to pull it off. Winlock and Barnes have a small army of Gunners with them at all times. They might decide to just keep the caps and put a bullet in my head for good measure. If I set up a place to meet them, I'm sure they'd roll in with everything. Unless, maybe you and I could pay them a little... Before you get that look on your face, let me just say that I wouldn't even be asking if I didn't trust you.
If you need my help, I'm there.
Wow. I don't know. Truth is, I haven't been able to rely on anyone since I was a kid. Everyone I've met has either tried to rip me off or plant a knife in my back. But you're different. You see eye to eye on almost everything. And I have a funny feeling you actually care about what happens to me. I'll tell you what. We're gonna make this easier.
Right.
If you feel like helping me with this, head over to the Mass Pike interchange. If you don't, I'm not going to hold. Either way, thanks for hearing me out.
Heads up. Hi.
Need something? What's on your mind?
Your thoughts?
Keep leading and I'll follow you.
Sure. What are your thoughts on our relationship?
I don't know. I haven't killed you yet. That good enough?
That was it.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Even good people do crazy things when they're scared.
I'll tell you.
So thirsty. Doctor says I can't drink liquor no more. Cola. Need a Nuka-Cola.
You old bucket of bolts, it's Marty. I know it's been a while, but I came across a little mystery I thought might get your circuits firing. You remember that ugly grasshopper statue on top of Faneuil Hall? Turns out it's got a note in it. A note written by the son of one Shem Drown. I don't expect that name means anything to you, but the guy was a cop. Way back when folks did shit like that. Apparently, this note leads straight to the old guy's stash. I don't know what's in it, but I'd sure like to know if it's still there. I'm gonna go do a little recon on the hall.
See that big blimp?
If you decide you want to get the team back together, you let me know.
They here.
Fuck.
Let's do this. Hey!
Tex Beneke, folks. Here's the thing. A sort of note, I guess, from a sponsor here in Diamond City, and I'll John and Kathy's Super Salon invites you to try out